On April 1st, 2021, I ditched a career I absolutely hated to better myself and do the things I've always wanted to do. And that included my growing love and obsession with Ireland. I want to learn everything: culture, history, mythology, music, and the language. Which, if I'm being honest, looks really hard to learn, but I'm going to give it the old Smith try. Then, of course, there is my love of pubs and the role that they've played throughout history, and no better example of that than on that beautiful, beleaguered island in the North Atlantic, Ireland. April 1st, 2026, I depart for the Emerald Isle, and for 1 year, I'll hike town by town and conduct interviews with pub owners, pub regulars, historians, town know-it-alls, musicians, and basically anybody that wants to talk to me. If you'd like to support the project and the journey, basic Patreon support is only $3 a month, but just liking a video or subscribing to the channel and following the journey is just as helpful. I'm always looking for volunteers to work as liaisons for the project too, so if you live in Ireland and know people, feel free to hit me up. This is a huge goal and I need all the help I can get. The Smitty Learns Irish Pubcast begins April 26th and will be my life's work. Thank you.
Oh boy. Welcome to the Smit Hole. Welcome to the What the Hell Everything podcast. My name is Smitty. Just sitting here on a weed in his day, enjoying fucking life, man. And I hope you're enjoying life too. And if you're not enjoying life, I feel for you. Hopefully, any sort of weird, dumb bullshitting I do makes your day a little bit fucking better, man. That's my goal every single day. Make your life better, make my life better. Just by bullshitting, you know? That's all this is. That's all this is, in a very small way. You know? I'm not going to make everything better, but just in that moment. You know? Yes. Welcome to the What the Hell Everything podcast. Recording at date and time 1/17/2024 at 9:24 a.m. I never know. I always try to get these podcasts out the same day that I record them. Might not always happen. So far, I've been pretty good at getting these newfangled 9 o'clock live stream podcasts out by 4 o'clock is the start date. Because I just like to have it at 4 o'clock. I don't know why. Plus, because when I'm at work, I can kind of monitor it and see it. Like tonight, I got to work. I'll be at work at 4 o'clock, but I can go on my phone and be like, "Oh, how's the podcast doing? Anybody watching?" If you're on the live stream, thank you very much. And if you feel like and so desire to get a request, suggestion for a reaction, I should probably turn the background music off that I have. That is now the looming Empire State Bastard, which I reacted to that full album. It's on here currently on Patreon. And really, really enjoyed it, man. Threw it on my What the Hell Everything playlist. I take my playlist so fucking seriously. It's probably stupid. You know, I'm a firm believer, first of all, of creating your own playlists. You know, if you listen to, I don't know, like a playlist that Spotify suggests or something like that, eventually it's going to go off the rails and be shit I don't want to fucking listen to. So you got to cultivate your own, man. Anytime you find a song you want, put it in a certain playlist. I have an oldies playlist, which spans from probably the very beginning of rock and roll, talking about doo-wop shit as well, and all of that. And then just spanning the fucking globe until 90. I have a 90s rock playlist. I have a post-90s rock playlist. I have a 70s rock playlist. I have a classic rock fucking playlist. And then I have the Stoner Reaction Smitty Rock Radar playlist that is public. And then I just created the one big What the Hell Everything playlist, which is my personal, and I'm debating putting that out publicly if anybody fucking so chooses. It says, yeah, man, I want to hear that playlist. And it's my favorite because it fucking has my favorite everything. And it goes from this to this, and it's fucking totally off the rails, and it's like a million hours of fucking radness. So anyway, I had that fucking playlist going. I should probably change the input on this so that we can do some fucking successful reaction videos. Hopefully successful. There we go. Dink. How's that going? Jesus, there we go. Just like Jesus. It's a fantastic song, by the way. From Empire State Bastard. That was the looming What's next? What is next? What am I recording? I just posted, and I didn't record yesterday like I was going to, so I'm going to fucking double up tomorrow and today with a little more recording. First of all, Lankum. I did that live reaction to Lankum and decided, you know what? I want to do a live set reaction, a very short live set reaction. It's the NPR Tiny Desk, and that's always like a fun little live performance to check out from any band that's on it. I've listened to that on the radio before. And, what else? Ooh, really started liking Leprous, the couple that I've reacted to, so I decided to react to the debut album from that band and then do a follow-up at some point. And then what else? What the fuck else? I made a note. It's here somewhere. Is it under this one? Where is the note, Smith? I don't remember. Anyway, there's another one. Oh, wait. Yeah, that's what it was. I did the debut album reaction to Sinead O'Connor, and I really wanted to follow that up soon because I was just completely blown away with that. And I seriously have damn near that whole album on some sort of semi-regular repeat and shuffle in some way, shape, or form. Put that on a club. Troy, Jackie, and I think Mandinga, and there was maybe one more that's on a couple other playlists. And man, it's a fun ass fucking record. So I'm like, I really got to check out the second album, which the name is escaping me right now. Which I know that was that one. Nothing Compares to You. That's what that album's on. So those are things I got coming up this week as far as album and live set reactions, and I'm fucking stoked for that. And then, of course, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. This Friday, though, the 19th, will be a public YouTube reaction and live stream recordings. Now, when I do those on YouTube, I'm eventually going to delete those simply because it defeats the purpose of even having a recording. Why wouldn't I just leave the recording on there? And I don't really want to do that. The reactions get lost, so that's why I like to chop it up and do the reactions separately. That being said, that one's going to be on YouTube publicly tomorrow. If you're a patron, show up and show up and represent. Get some fucking rad suggestions in. And we're going to get to some of those pretty soon. But before we get the podcast going, got to check the word of the day. It's always fun to learn things, man. And it's really, honestly, I kicked around doing this segment with the word of the day on the old radio show, and I didn't know how to make it work. I thought it would be like something I was only interested in, but this seems to be like one of the more fun segments that I've had, and I wish I would have done it on the radio. And the word is nonplussed. 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 I've heard this word before, and I really have no fucking clue what it means. Do I want to take a guess at it? No. Taking a sip of my coffee. Sometimes I worry that that's like an overly audible thing, because I know I tend to slurp my coffee. It's got on a certain ex-girlfriend's fucking nerves, which kind of made me happy at the time. I was like, ha, bitch. Anyway, the coffee, I went to a Keurig recently when I moved into this new place. I'd had a pretty nice automatic coffee pot before, and I drink a lot of fucking coffee. Minimum is usually a half a pot a day, and then right in the morning I just have 2 or 3 gigantic fucking cups of coffee. But I'm like, I'm gonna cut the coffee down a little bit. So I gave the coffee pot to my parents and bought a Keurig. Mostly because my mom needed because there's a 2-hour timer on this particular coffee pot that I gave them. They had this old, just bet fucking 15-year-old, just tiny ass coffee pot, and it didn't have a shutoff timer on it. My mom's kind of forgetful. I'm like, it's probably a good idea to give them this. So I bought a fucking Keurig, and I'm really kicking myself in the fucking ass for just not getting another regular coffee pot, because I just drink way too much coffee. It's so fucking expensive, man. So I bought, actually, because I'm still drinking the same amount of coffee. I'm trying to cut it down a little bit, but especially like podcast days, you can probably tell I'm just totally fucking jittery. But I'm like, fuck, man. I've taken it down to just like a 1 cup in the morning, right when I wake up, And then right before the podcast, I do another one. But it still seems like I'm going through a fucking million of those pods for Keurig. And I'm like, fuck. And I bought actually some refillable pods, and you can just fill them with loose coffee grounds. And I'm going to fucking try that because that works. That'll help. Then I'm free to fucking just drink as much coffee as I fucking want. To probably not your benefit. You're probably like, slow the fuck down, Smith. That was another funny fucking comment that I had once when I got rehired to the radio station, and there was some complaint. Primarily, when I came back to the radio station, it was 100% like not overly, just fan support like a motherfucker. There was a fucking hundreds and hundreds of just like welcoming comments back and everything. And there was this one comment that was just like, oh, what the fuck did he say? He goes, oh, great. He just sounds like he fucking he just likes to hear himself talk and laugh at himself and drinks too much Red Bull. And I'm like, I mean, you fucking kind of got it. You can't say that's wrong. You know, you just like to fucking yap and laugh at your own jokes. I don't know. Anyway, meanings and examples of nonplussed. Is that how you say that, by the way?
Nonplussed.
Nonplussed. Meanings and examples. Sorry, I tend to go off the radar every once in a while. Completely puzzled or perplexed. As a fucking ad pops up. Completely puzzled or perplexed by something unexpected. It's an adjective. You were completely nonplussed when I started talking about coffee in the middle of the word of the day, I'm sure. Fucking nailed it. Worked it into a sentence already. Let's learn more, shall we? Nonplussed was first recorded in 1600 to 1610 and comes from the verb nonplussed, to render utterly perplexed by something unexpected. Comes from the Latin phrase non plus. I'm sure that's not how you pronounce that, which literally means not more, no further, as in not much more can be done. More recently, nonplussed has been used to mean indifferent or unexcited, a contradictory second meaning. One explanation for this is the analysis of nonplussed as a not plus interpreted as not plussed, perplexed. No, wait, not puzzled, perplexed, bothered, or impressed. When in fact, plussed has no meaning in English. Sort of like 3/4 of the words I say. It has no meaning in English. It's just fucking gibberish. Examples. The complex riddle posed by the professor left the students nonplussed as they struggled to come up with a logical solution. Fucking A. And now we learned things, you know. That's what this is all about. Is it really, Smith? What's up, Feast, on this? Oh yeah, I did get out of this motherfucking terrible shit show that's happening outside of that very window that I'm pointing at that you can't see. That's where I park, and there still hasn't been any snow removal, but I did get out. What is it? What day is it now? Wednesday? Wednesday? On Monday, I did get out. It started Friday. I didn't leave Saturday or fucking Sunday. Sunday, I actually did a fucking loop. I went out to the car. Let me pull this up if you're watching the video. This actually happened. I walked right out to the car and just went, nope. Right there where that red fucking circle is. Those are my actual footprints where I went out to my car to brush it off to try to get to the store. And I said, nope, I'll fucking walk across the street and get goddamn pizza again. Because fuck that. It was just horrendous. We had a blizzard. You know, and it was just, it wouldn't fucking stop. And I'm like, well, I'm not leaving. I'll fucking stay here. I walked across the street to the gas station to get some beer. They had good beer, thankfully. I got some fucking Horny Monk from Petoskey Brewing Company. That's wrong. Is it right? I don't know. Yeah, maybe. Anyway, Horny Monk's fantastic Belgian ale. And I'm like, well, I got good beer. Just fucking walk across the street. Man, fantastic. And then there's a pizza place right across the street. So I did that. But then I'm like, well, okay, I got to try to get the fuck out of here. I left my snow shovel at my parents' because I'm like, I have snow removal, right? But I did buy a super rad new ice scraper. See, this is something like somebody that only lives in a region like this where there's a fucking shit ton of snow regularly. You know, and I have a newfangled like SUV, a Ford Fusion. Not a Fusion. That was what I had before. What the fuck is it? It's an Escape. Ford Escape. And I got it at Target. And it's one of those extendo ones that's actually got a fucking squeegee and a brush on it and then the ice scraper right here. And I'm like, man, this is fantastic. This is way better than just the little shit one I fucking had before that I've had for like 5 years and was falling apart. The ice scraper things had chipped off the fucking edges, so it was only like fucking 3 inches long, and I was just sitting there fucking forever scraping. And why did I not just buy a new one? Because I'm a fucking idiot and I wait until it breaks, you know? But then I bought this one, and it's so fucking handy, and I turned the fucking squeegee around and ended up being like 4 or 5 feet long, and I could just pull fucking snow out from behind the tire like I was raking snow because I didn't have a fucking shovel. I did text my dad, and I was like, you might want to come on like a rescue mission with a fucking snow shovel. All you got to do is just drop it off. I'll fucking shovel. I just don't have one. You know what I mean? But I was able to fucking get it out and do the rocking thing just a little bit, you know, for people not fucking, you know, in the know, but like what it is to really drive in the fucking snow. You got to rock out sometimes, you know, forward, gently, then back, gently, and eventually you're going to get yourself fucking out. And I did. But I did. And just taking all that fucking snow off. That is the worst thing about me for this fucking winter. Any fucking winter here that's the worst. When you fucking have to go somewhere and it just drives it home again that I can't wait to get out of this fucking region and not spend my time in fucking blizzards, you know, because every fucking winter, and I know everybody has to deal with it, but I just fucking hate it. I hate going outside and fucking freezing your fucking dick off, and you got to wear all these fucking layers. You look like the fucking Michelin Man, and you know, fucking, I don't warm my car up as much as I would like to. You know, because my automatic start doesn't work and I just never got it fucking fixed. I probably could do that. But just fucking, first of all, it's fucking blowing ass snow off. It's fucking single digits. And you're just fucking raking snow off your car. Hating fucking life. Then as soon as you get in your car, it's fucking freezing forever. And you're just like fucking huddled over, pissed off. Just raging fucking metal. Driving down the road. But I got it out. Got it out. And I decided, because it's still, there hasn't been any snow removal. And I'm just like, I'll park out in front, you know? I'll park somewhere else where there is, I don't know if I should park on the street. I don't know. I'm not going to get into that. Well, it makes me wonder. That's all I'm going to say. But I got out, and I felt pretty good about it, and I went out and did things, and I'm back to work tonight for the first time since Friday night. All right, that was fun. Let's go from psychedelic porn crumpets into the Disney shit story. I was on a Sunday morning talk practice, and this was the only story I found on talk practice, which you should check out. It's super fucking fun, where I'm just rambling and going through the news stories and basically doing what I do, just rambling, man, but just yapping with nothing else to talk about. And I found the Disney shit story. I said, I don't want to read it yet. I want to react to it. Because you got to react to everything, Smith. Where the fuck is it? Calm down. You remember where you put it. Click the story. There you go. That's how this is going to be from now on, where I just got to talk myself through the fucking anxieties, because a lot of times I'll get super fucking nervous when I'm looking for something and I know the camera's on and I know I'm live and I go, where is it? Forget it. I don't want to do it. But you just got to go, take a breath, Smith. Here's the Disney poop story. From Explore.com. I had never heard of this before. The disgusting and unusual poop trend at Disney theme parks that set the internet ablaze. What kind of poop trend are we talking about here? We already established that I do like the occasional poop joke, so let's go, shall we? Disney theme parks. Take another sip of coffee, I'm sorry. Disney theme parks are often called the happiest, most magical places on Earth, but not everything that happens there is as cute and pleasant as Mickey and Pluto. A rumor started spreading that some park visitors relieve themselves while standing in line for rides. Fuck, man. And according to Disney guests and insiders, the hearsay is true after all, but put more bluntly, yes, people are pooping in line at Disney. This is where we're at. This is like that lady that fucking drop trout to pee in the middle of the aisle on the flight, you know? Like, I don't understand it. Multiple people, well, let's try to understand it, shall we? Multiple people took to Reddit in late 2023 to confirm their own feces sightings while visiting or working at the parks. In one thread in Reddit's Walt Disney World community, a disgusted user wrote, "I'm in the queue for Star Wars Rise of the Resistance. Why am I choosing that fucking voice? Someone let their kid take a dump on the floor, then they just walked out and left it. WTF." Another Redditor responded, "For the skeptics, this actually happened." I'm just going to go into stupid fucking voices now when I read quotes. "Fun fact, this was one of the 3 shit-related incidents at Rise today. Less fun fact, I was here for all 3 of them. How does this happen in real life?" Another discussion in the Disney World subreddit, all about the most disturbing things people have witnessed at Disney resorts and theme parks, elicited similar stories. One user shared, "Let's just say that the attraction I work at has what the cast ended up dubbing the poop hall because the amount of times guests have gone in there and pooped." While it might appear that a new trend has... We might read this whole fucking story, you guys. This is too much. While it might appear that a new trend has swept over Disney goers and their bowels, there have always been Disney park guests who ever leave themselves away from the toilets. In another Reddit thread, one person claimed that they witnessed parents instructing a child to defecate while in line for the Haunted Mansion ride 20 years ago. It's been happening forever. It's like alien sightings. It's been happening forever. People have just been pooping forever. That's true, too. This world is full of shit. Similarly, a book titled Cleaning the Kingdom, Insider Tales of Keeping Walt's Dreams Spotless, which recounts the experiences of 2 former Disneyland employees during the 90s and early 2000s, contained stories of guests pooping in unusual places. Fun fact, good buddy Brian Cartman is going to be on the podcast actually next week. I think on Tuesday. We're gonna actually, I don't know if we're going live or we're going to record and post later. I'm not sure yet, but he's going to be on. I can ask him this because he was left alone like fucking Macaulay Culkin at Disney World. His parents fucking left him there on accident, allegedly, right? And I don't know, it was sometime like in the evening where he was retrieved. I guess they fucking found him. This was probably in the 80s sometime, I think. I'm gonna have to ask him, but I'm gonna have to ask him, where'd you go to the bathroom? Did you poop anywhere? Do you remember shitting in the bushes at fucking Disney World, Cartman? Anyway, where was I? According to that book, according to the book, the Disney crew referred to the excrement as a human code H when calling for a staff member to clean up the mess. I've got a human code H here at Pluto's Poopland. Keep in mind that most poop encounters in Disney parks involve children who might be too young to hold their bowels while waiting in long lines. And given the sheer number of visitors to the parks at any given time, in 2022, 17.1 million people went to Disney World and 16.9 million went to Disneyland per report by ACOM/T. I don't know what that is. It's not too surprising that nature would call at an inopportune time, as long as park attendees continue eating churros and standing in long queues for attractions. Accidental bowel movements will, unfortunately, always be a thing. You can get the fuck out of line and go to the bathroom. I mean, you just lose your place in line. That's just what happens, you know? What to do if you need to use the restroom while in line? Lose your spot in line. It's just the way it is. I remember once I was in the Army. And you have pee tests all the time. And the way the pee test for drug tests, the way that they're set up is you go in probably, I don't know, fucking whatever this particular instance was, fucking reveille goes off for the morning. You wake your ass up and people are knocking on your fucking door. We're not doing PT this morning. Get your ass to the fucking company CP because we got a piss test. Everybody's like, oh, God. And I had just peed already. So I'm like, fuck. I go in there and I couldn't pee the whole time. And there's a fucking line, and I don't know how many people are in the company, probably 120, 130 fucking idiots. Just standing in line in the fucking morning, just waiting to pee. And I couldn't pee. So I get to the front of the fucking line and I have to go back because I couldn't pee. I have to go back to the line. I'm just drinking water the whole fucking time. And I bet you this has to be the most I've ever had to fucking pee in my entire life. Where I don't know how long it took to get back up to the front of the fucking line, but I know I was dancing. I know my bladder, because I drank so much water so I could pee, was distended. I could feel my bladder. And this is back when I wasn't fat. I mean, I was still kind of fat, but like I could feel my bladder distending. And I was just like, oh my God, this is not good, you guys. I got to fucking pee so bad. And I remember because when you go in there too, you have to pee so bad you're dancing, and you got to fucking unbuckle and do the things and fucking all the things, and then not try to piss everywhere while you are peeing where you're being watched. There's a fucking dude in there. We called him some sergeant usually, who has to pull duty. They rotate duties like that, where we call it meat gazer duty, where you just have to go sit and watch this fucking guy pee into a fucking bottle. You know? And I'm dancing, and I'm pretty sure I peed somewhere else, just like you have the pee boner too, and you're just trying to fucking dance around it. It was the worst I've ever had to pee in my entire life, and probably a pretty traumatic experience. just you want to talk about like stage fright, you know? You got to pee so bad, and it's hard to pee. It's one of those. Whew. You guys. That was a memory I fucking haven't let out in a while. I haven't remembered that in a while. What were we talking about? I don't know. I was just a rambling. You're just a rambling. Anyway, the Disney shit story. I think I closed it out. You know, we covered it, right? It's pretty shitty. So, I'm going to ramble on to the next thing. Let's ramble on to the next fucking thing, you guys. What do we want to do next? Close this motherfucker out here. Close this one out. Oh, no, we want to save that. We want to save that. I want to save this feeling that I have right now about the Detroit Lions. Ha, ha, ha! Who are they playing? The Bucs. Sunday at 3, I'm scheduled to work. Last Sunday, we kind of coordinated that I would get the day off rather than call in. You know, hey, it's, you know, I haven't been sent home all week. You know, it's slow in the rotation with the servers and everything. It's your turn to go home early or get called off. I'm like, I'll save it till Sunday. You know, the Lions are playing at 8, and I got to work until 9, and I have a fucking half-hour drive home, and that's gonna piss me off. But this Sunday, because I did call in on Saturday because of the roads, and I got called off. There's a difference. Called in and called off, two different things. But like 2 days in a row I had off. I felt like a fucking dick. So I'm going to say, look, I'll work if you need me. Clearly. I mean, I'm a great employee, you know. I'll work if you need me. But, you know, I might take a call off if you have it. If you don't have it, it's fine, you know. We'll see how it goes. But either way, they're going to play the Bucs. They've already played the Bucs once, and that was the meme posted about this game particularly. They already played mid-season probably, fucking maybe week 8 or 9, and I don't know, right off the top of my head, and they won 20-6. And they had a bunch of fucking starters out. The two fucking dynamic, awesome fucking running backs, Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery, were not playing. A slew of other fucking great players that we have are not playing. But they're all back pretty much this fucking Sunday. And I know the Bucs are a better team than they were when we played them, but the fucking Lions are too. And it's feeling, I hate to use the word destiny, but I actually said to my dad the other day, and I don't think I've actually said these words out loud, like realistically, but I said I think the Lions can win the Super Bowl. Because if they win Sunday against the Bucs and the Packers win, that's another home playoff game. That is the home game in the NFC championship before they go to the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? And just that fucking idea. Even if they win and San Francisco wins, it's still the NFC Championship games, and the Lions can totally win against that fucking team. I don't know that they will, but I know they fucking can. And that's the hope you wanted your whole fucking life. I don't think I've ever said the words, I think the Lions can win a Super Bowl. Back in 91 when they went to the NFC Championship, of course we thought they could. But it's just different now, man. There's just this feeling. It felt like so going into the Rams game, which was the highest rated fucking primetime game since the last Super Bowl, I think. Primetime, not just sports game, okay? But just fucking primetime. It fucking set between, 7 and 10 p.m. is primetime? I don't know really how it goes. And I don't know if that's how much of that is the Lions, because I know there's a lot of Michiganders all over the fucking country because they move here, especially like down south states and things like that. Just get the fuck out of the snow like I'm going to do. So I don't know if it's that. I don't know if it's the storyline between the Lions and the Rams with Matt Stafford coming back and Jared Goff playing his old team. I don't know if it was that. But, I mean, there's just something about this fucking team, and everybody wants them to win, of course, because they haven't won in fucking forever. That's a big part of it. You watch the Lions win a couple, 3 fucking Super Bowls, if I'm ever so blessed for something like that to happen, you watch all those motherfuckers fall off, and they start to hate your team just like they hated fucking the Patriots, and they won all those fucking Super Bowls. But right now, it's a feel-good story for the ages that is happening right now in Detroit, and I love that I'm fucking alive to see it. Please don't let me fucking have a heart attack and die. Please don't let me have a heart attack and fucking die in the next couple weeks, you know? Let's just fucking hold that one out. It's going to be so fun. It's going to be, man, I hope I don't have to work. I hope I don't have to work. It was awesome having Dave Runyon on in here. I love that I have this studio again. I keep saying it. I'm going to keep gushing over it. Just the vibe in here. It increases my fucking mood being in here. It makes me happy being in here. And the fact that I have it set up for my friends to come, which is going to happen more and more and more and more fucking frequently with some fun-ass things. I have said many times I'm going balls to the wall with this fucking thing, man. And just to have people in here and a great fucking friend and have great fucking conversations is really, you want to talk about lifting my mood. I like that. I don't like not being in a good fucking mood. All right, let's check out some international sports reactions because I am interested because I'm going to Ireland and I'm going to be learning Irish history, obviously, for a year, walking through the island for the Smitty Learns Irish podcast. Starts 2026. I want to learn all things Irish, you know. And that includes sports. Where is the request for this? Who sent the request for this? From Armstrong 330. You have to watch this. The anthems from Ireland versus England at Croke Park. It has so much significance, and especially where the Irish rugby team are now. Everyone in Ireland watches the rugby, please, as a lad from Belfast. Fucking A, man. I have seen a little bit of Irish or the Rugby World Cup things when they were in Ireland, I do believe. Claire Cullen did some fun videos from that match. I don't know if they were the anthems or not. This is from like not 2019, but like 19 years ago. That's when this was posted. Was that right? Did it actually say 19 years ago? 16 years ago, which is also fucking nuts to say that YouTube is 16 years old or more than that. You know? Fucking YouTube can drive. So, this is Dockatail. I don't know how to pronounce this user's name that uploaded this. The anthems from Ireland versus England at Croke Park. There we go. All right. Now, the anthems from Ireland versus England at Croke Park. Excuse me. There we go.
The anthems will now be played by the combined Army number 1 and the Guard 11s.
Phil Victor.
I'm sorry, but I didn't. I thought I had heard "God Save the Queen" before, but I never really realized that it was the same tune as "From Every Mountainside Let Freedom Ring." Why is that name escaping me? What American patriotic song that is? It used the same melody for that, and like you could have picked your own melody, you know. But Croke Park. I'm looking up Croke Park right now. Okay, it's in Dublin. I wasn't sure of that. Take the glasses off.
And us Englishmen giving a pretty lusty rendition of the English anthem. But I think Ireland may just have the edge on them when it comes to the home anthem.
Well, that was kind of chilly. Chilly?
Has witnessed many great occasions, and he, like the rest of us, will remember this one.
Yes, Jim, with all the significance and all the symbolism that's been written about this week, it's just fantastic.
You have to forgive my
Now we can
ignorance.
get
Let me
on with the
pause this
rugby.
real quick. You have to forgive my ignorance. Is this the third anthem? I apologize for not knowing. I'm learning. I'm wondering what this third song is now. I'll find out, maybe, perhaps, if I shut up.
Fantastic. Now we can get on with the rugby, and one heck of a rugby match we've got in our hands.
Yeah, that's fantastic. That's 100% I'm going to get to a rugby match while I'm over there, and I want to start following rugby and learning about rugby. So if there's any Irish people that want to tutor me on rugby, please step your foot forward there and raise your hand, and we can talk. I thought like doing reaction videos with a tutor, you know, where we watch rugby videos together, maybe like match highlights, and you explain the shit to me. That's the way to do it. We can work it out. But it was really I have questions about that particular rugby match, which is what find it again, Smith. Was it a World Cup match? Let me see. I want to see if I can find the description on that video. The anthems from Ireland versus England at Croke Park. Okay, I didn't know if there was a story behind this particular match, because clearly the anthems at sporting events that I've seen in Ireland are like next level. They're so passionate about it. They're so into it, and clearly it makes people emotional for their own reasons, I'm sure. I don't know what the reasons are, but it's clearly something that you're super passionate about. And when you're there, it's goosebumps way more than I just had watching it on a video. So I don't know if there was something with them playing England or this particular match or anything like that. I do know I want to start checking more out, because I was going to react to highlights from rugby from Ireland in this previous World Cup, I want to say. But I didn't know what the fuck I was talking about, and I just felt stupid. So that's why I didn't do that. Anyway, I want to learn rugby, I like my baseball and American football and American, and that. But, if you're going to learn about the things, you got to learn about all the things. And I'm a big fan of sports, so why the fuck not? Hey, what are we doing now? Let's just scroll through some, do some headline onlys, Just look at the headlines and see if it's anything we really want to look at. When I say we, I'm talking about me. Iowa man arrested for indecent exposure after pleasuring himself at a come-and-go gas station. There's no need. That told the whole story right there, man. Quebec man who blames wildfires on government pleads guilty to setting 14 fires. You don't fucking say. It's usually the motherfuckers that are the most vocal, There's no need to expound on that. That makes perfect fucking sense to me, actually. It's a thing. Shaman to stop casting genital spells. Oh, you don't say, huh? Let's click on that. Oh, boy. Hurry up and open website. Or wait, maybe I don't want to open that. It's from the Bangkok Post. And I don't know if I should trust that, because it didn't open. This one did, okay. From the Bangkok Post. Shaman to stop casting genital spells. You don't fucking say. A 35-year-old professed shaman has confessed to charges related to videos of him casting spells over clients' anuses and genitals and promised to stop doing it. Man, how do you say this name? We're going to go with as phonetically as possible. Epawarisit Puangasang, a.k.a. Ajarn Man, made headlines in Thai media. I am actually pretty proud of that fucking phonetic pronunciation. Nailed it. That's probably not how you pronounce it, but my phonetic pronunciation was pretty on. He made headlines in Thai media recently after videos of him performing rites casting spells on clients' private parts went viral. Mr. Epawarisit said the videos had been taken by staff and friends and were intended to be shared only with potential clients to inform them of his services. Like what? They were not intended for pornographic use or to be made public at all, he said. He had been casting spells over clients' private areas for about a decade, and they usually came back for repeats. Did it fucking work? What kind of service? His clients included politicians and celebrities, he said. I don't think he named names. He kept that one fucking under wraps. Mr. Epawarisit agreed that the rites were improper. He apologized for performing them. I'm having a really tough time getting words out right now. Enunciation. He apologized for sometimes it just doesn't work. He apologized for performing them and promised to stop offering such services and to focus his spells on other areas of the body, such as faces, arms, and hands. I mean, that's okay, right? Police said that Mr. Epawarisit would be initially charged with putting pornographic information into computer systems which were accessible to the public. That's the end of the story. I felt like there should have been more details in that, okay? Either way, he will stop, okay? But I wonder, they came back. I wonder what the spells were. To do what? To enlarge What about the anuses? Like, what were the actual surgery, or not surgeries? What am I saying? That's the opposite. Spells were done on the anus. You know, what was done on it? Was it, were you tightening it back up? Were you making it a little looser? You know? Were you bleaching it? Were you cleaning it? I will recommend a bidet. I just got one. It's fucking working every single time. And it fucking, you don't really go through much toilet paper because, as I said on the previous podcast when I talked about it's in and it's fantastic, you know, there's no multiple wipes there. It does everything. You might have to use some toilet paper to sop up the water, but, I mean, there's no multiple wipes there. So, thus, saving fucking money on toilet paper, too. It's economical and it's clean. But if you want to cast spells on your butt, hoping it'll fucking become clean, then you could do that too. Let's continue, shall we? Dr. Drew warns, of course it's Dr. Drew. Dr. Drew warns over marijuana studies revealing, quote, extremely worrisome data. You don't fucking say, huh? Oh, wait, why is this on Fox Business? Wonder who did this study. I don't know. Let's see, shall we? I don't mean to take a shit on it automatically. You know what I mean? I am a huge weed proponent. I talk about it. I smoke it on the podcast. It's legal. It's in this house. It's I have a fucking weed sign store, a weed store sign right on my fucking living room. Jailhouse Cannabis, who I did walk into and get some fantastic, just right down the street. Took me about 30 seconds to walk there to my new weed store, and I walked in and got some fantastic flower and some pre-rolls, so that's what we're enjoying right now, courtesy of Jailhouse Cannabis, who are not sponsors in any way, shape, or form. But Dr. Drew says that it's bad for you. Chances of developing bipolar schizophrenia disorders rises 50% after cannabis use study shows. No shit. One of TV's favorite medical personalities is weighing in. Stop fucking wording it. Start giving me facts. All right? Stop trying to ease me into the fucking story. When this first started coming up, I actually was somewhat doubtful. It seemed too much to me. Addiction medicine specialist Dr. Drew Pinsky said on the bottom line, we're always aware that cannabis was associated with psychotic episodes, but the previous suspicion was it was primarily people who were sort of heading that way already. Perhaps that's what why they were already using the drug. But according to data from recent analysis and studies, people who have at least one psychotic episode after using cannabis are almost 50% more likely to develop schizophrenia or bipolar disorder, and that the risk is even higher for teens and young adults. I'm not even saying that that's not true. You know, I'm saying I think it's worth the fucking risk, first of all. Second of all, who the fuck does this? Particularly in the states where it's legal for recreational use, the concentration of the cannabis is so spectacular, it's approaching 100% that literally is a different drug. It has a different effect on people. It is pretty fucking potent. But I don't get the medical shit. I don't think I'm allowed to have that level of stuff. And I'm good with my lower level, really rad weed. And now very commonly we're seeing what the fuck is that word? Hyperemesis? People that develop these vomiting episodes that are uncontrolled. I think that's just from too high. I think that's probably just from being too high. It's very common from weed, and psychotic episodes have become increasingly common to the point they're actually kind of characteristic features to the psychosis these kids are getting from the weed. I am also not a proponent of fucking kids doing it. There's a lot of fucking growing that it's pretty fucking proven, too, that your brain needs to get to full fucking growth and connections, which is like in your early to mid-20s, you know, has to get to its full comprehension state and not growing anymore. Then I really do feel like that's real shit, where if you smoke a lot of weed as a teenager, you can really fuck your brain up, you know? I don't know about really. I don't know the fucking statistics, but I just know it makes sense to me. Which doesn't mean shit. A 2017 American Journal of Psychiatry study found that the risk of developing bipolar or schizophrenic disorders were highest for cannabis users aged 16 to 25, had a greater influence than alcohol, opioids, amphetamines, and hallucinations. Okay. Okay. Spot analysis from Truvetta. Who's Truvetta? Truvetta is the person is the what's the word I'm looking for? The I don't know if it's a company. I don't know what it is that does the study. I was trying to figure out who did the study, and it's Truvetta. So there we go. Rates of cannabis use disorder diagnosis were more than 50% higher in November than compared to the same time in 2019. I don't know. Fucking roll the dice, man. How many of those fucking bullshit medications that are on, that you see on TV every day just fuck you up and give you stupid ass side effects? Yeah, if you have suicidal thoughts, call a fucking doctor. No shit. Again, I can only tell you that it has worked wonders for me, and I still don't fucking trust it. Maybe is that me denying science? Am I denying science because I don't buy Dr. Drew's fucking study? Like the one that was like, it's going to fucking risk in heart. You now have a risk of heart disease. I'm like, tell that to fucking Willie Nelson and Tommy Chong. Shut the fuck up. Honestly, I am convinced that it is just fucking reefer madness motherfuckers that, are totally worried about. They're fucking with, finally, at these weed stores, they are not letting you access any of your funds. They were letting you do it as a debit card ATM, but they're not anymore. The government's totally cracking down on that, on the legal aspect of marijuana in the states, state by state. So they clearly do not want it. And I don't fucking buy that study one single fucking bit. Is that a conspiracy theory that I'm just throwing out? I didn't mean to do that, you guys. But it's sometimes a conspiracy theory. Doesn't mean it's crazy. Anyway, Gap was entire 420 break. All good. Oh, I must have fucking forgot to put my Oh, that'll be fixed in post-production. The 420 break audio is muted. While I'm thinking about it right now, let's just revisit the 420 break and turn that fucking audio on, shall we? Boom. There we go. That's fucking fixed. I'll remember that next time. Oh, boy. Hey, look, it is the rigors of dealing with a fucking... dealing with a fuckface. That's forgetful as shit. You guys, it is just about 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. That means it's time to get the fuck out of here. I got to get this thing chopped up. Hopefully up by 4 o'clock p.m. on the tubes and Spotify and things. If it's not, it might be later tonight or even tomorrow. I do want to know I want to get some recording done tonight as well. We're doing all the things. Thanks for being here for all the things. I fucking appreciate you. Heidi Joe, thanks for coming on. And until I get that notification issue fixed out, I'll just shoot you a message and be like, hey, we're starting. We're going live. All the things, you guys. This Friday, the 19th, 9 a.m. is the next one, and that's going to be on the tubes. So we'll see you then. Peace the F out.
So long, sucker.
Good night, everybody!
I am so sorry for everything that has happened.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, all right. I'll see you guys there.
By the bar and get your face, huh? Get me paid, bitch!
Sit, boo-boo, sit. Good dog.
I love y'all very much. Peace out!
Good night, ladies.
Good night, sir.
What the hell, everything?